No, but seriously though, if we're communicating right now to prospects, you know, and we're not bringing the value, it's literally just like sticking a hook in the water with no bait whatsoever. Like there's just nothing there for them to connect with. Will, what are your thoughts on value deposits, and maybe what would you say two or three, examples of value deposits that can be utilized right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I think my first comment is I'm going to look on Amazon for Dan Liska book of proverbs and quotes and get that shipped to my door
It
immediately.
probably exists, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna make one.
Because yeah, it's absolute gold. But I don't think again. I hate to kind of dumb it down and get back to basics, but just making a value deposit in a conversation and asking questions that show that you care about the customer, right? Let's say that somebody is submitting a lead on a let's call it Tahoe, right? Pretty big ticket purchase, right? So instead of talking about towing capacity or what's under the hood, ask the client, "Hey, why do you need all that space? Why do you actually need those extra seats?" And then that kind of that shows that puts your deposit into that person that you're interested in. And then maybe that person comes back with, you know what, I just you know what I just added to the forward line. I had my fourth kid and I need that. I need that extra space. It's not just me and the wife and three kids now. I got another one coming. Or, hey, you know what, I just moved to this country, and yeah, I'm going to be helping move my family around quite a bit. So I think asking questions about that, showing that you care, is really, you're making that value deposit not only for yourself as a salesperson to in the conversation, but also for the customer, showing that you care, right? And getting that back. So I think that again, we go back to these fundamentals, and I am constantly kind of just circling back on Dale Carnegie's How to Make Friends and Influence People. It's like, guys, these are the fundamentals that we need to be doing, and we're not. And really, Carnegie, um, it's about fundamentally being a good person, right? And showing that you care. So those are some of the things that I can see is just genuinely caring. And it's interesting. Again, I'm a big data guy, and it's I've been to training sessions where, hey, X dealership within the OEM isn't doing so well, because guess what they're doing? They are having a super quick response time, because they're just hitting, as soon as the lead comes in, they're getting it on their phone and they're going, okay, it's a trade appraisal. I am going to hit yes on the trade appraisal template and send it out. And they're like, yeah, this tool sucks. We're not getting any responses back from the customers. We were better off before when we were doing it out of our Outlook client. And, every single one was different and looked completely ununiformed. And, it was sent from my iPhone. And hey, once in a while, I might have sent out a picture that came from me on the weekend. But hey, I was getting a higher response. Yeah, you're getting a higher response because you're forced to actually respond to that customer. Right. So I've sat in trainings where they're like, yeah, this tool, meh, I don't really get it. We're paying more money for it. We're not really getting the value out of it. And you start to peel back the layers of the onion. And you go, well, I can tell because we've got algorithms that run and really smart AI that does a bunch of stuff that I can't really explain. But we can tell that you're just hitting that auto response, right? And you start talking to the salesperson and say, hey guys, like, get it. We're all trying to make a living here. We're trying to sell more cars. We're trying to connect with our customers. Guys, what about if you did this, right? Like, you think about this again. I go back to that seven-seater analogy. What if you went at it and asked them why that's important to them? Why they need that extra space, and start asking those questions, and start having an actual conversation. And it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes you see those light bulbs go off in those training sessions when you're sitting with 20,
No,
30 different.
no, I'm totally with you on this. I actually remember during the recession, when we came back from the recession, it was like this old school kickback to the basics, like get
Dude,
back to the basics.
let's
Uh,
do it.
to your point, what you said, Will, like show the customer that you give a shit,
Yeah.
right? Like show them you care.